In order to subscribe for my channel, please click here or click here. Please like, share, and comments on my videos and channel. Thank you. Hey guys, this is Gaurav. Welcome to SaaS with ServiceNow. This is our follow-up session of ServiceNow Service Catalog Training. Before I start, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Gaurav Tripathi. I have 9.5 years of experience in IT with 6.5 years of experience in ServiceNow Architect Solutions and Project Delivery. In this session, we are going to talk about catalog item. Now, service catalog, it's basically overall about catalog item because that's what you create for your end users so that they can request it and they get the services. So what are we going to learn? We are going to talk about what is catalog item form, types of catalog item, create a catalog item. So I will show you just a quick example at how exactly you can create a catalog item. Now, before I start, let me just tell you that service catalog, it's really a vast thing where we have different terms, where we have different kind of workflow, where we have different kind of like process to manage the request. So it's like we have service catalog, then we have record producers, we have some other terminologies as well, and we create them as per the requirement you have. So, and that's the reason. So this section will talk about catalog item, but we have some other types of catalog items as well, which you will learn in this particular session. But you will learn in details about them in my later videos. So let's start with the first topic we have. What is catalog item? Now, catalog item is a good or service available to order from the service catalog. It's just an item, it's just a service which you provide to the end users so that they can request for it. Items can be hardware request, software request, installation, mobile, laptop, office accessories. Anything which does not come under incident change problem, anything which you don't want to handle via incident change problem, then you will move all those requests under request management, and then you will put those services as part of the form so the users can submit those requests, and you get those requests and fulfill it. So items can also have pricing, so that's a really important thing, that when you submit the request, it might happen that some of the items might have some cost associated with them. Maybe it's something related to the cost center of your organization, or any department cost that you can also do in with catalog items. That's kind of functionality service catalog item gives. Then we have user input variables and workflows are added to catalog items. So catalog item will become just a kind of a end user form where user will provide the input with the help of different fields, and those fields are like variables, and then when they submit it, then it will follow a workflow, that kind of a execution steps it has to follow so that it can fulfill the request. That is what we have with the catalog item. That as an example, you can see creation of a new email account. So here, this is just an example of how catalog item looks like. Now, this is the view of native UI, because if I talk about the portal UI, it is quite different. It will be with the good customization. The UI is quite user friendly, but this is the core UI of ServiceNow, that is the native UI. So here, in this particular catalog item, user can create email address for themselves. That's kind of preferred email address they want. So if they want to submit this request, they can click on order now, and you can see some of the details like quantity it has, delivery time it has, and it says add to cart, and it has shopping cart as well. So overall, if I tell about this catalog item and its overall service catalog, it's just like a Amazon shopping cart, that you have multiple products in on the screen, and then you want to request for those products, so you can add those products into your cart, and then you can check out. So it's similar to that, and it's up to you whether you want to utilize the shopping cart concept, or you just want like a standalone applications, you have to just submit it, that's it. it's totally up to you if you want to utilize this add to cart or not. Now these configurations can be done without coding. So if you don't want to show these features for your end users, then in that case you can disable them, and we will see later in more details. Catalog item form. Now, before creating a catalog item, you should be aware that what all fields it has, what kind of form it looks like, and what exactly you need to fill so that it can create a really good catalog form, and how exactly it will be displayed to the end user. Now, this form is for catalog administrators and admins who will create the form. That is what it is. So starting with our first field, we have name of the catalog item. Here you will mention the name of the catalog item which will be displayed to the end user. So end user will see that it says standard laptop on the screen. So they will see that, okay, I can submit for the standard laptop. That's the kind of a request I need to make. Then we have catalogs. So we talked about that you can create multiple catalogs. Now, if you want to include this item into those catalogs, you can see it not just single select, you can select multiple service catalogs and you can lock the field as well. So you have that opportunity that you can create or add basically multiple catalogs in this particular field. Then we have category. Now, if you are creating this catalog item, now in which category you want to put this particular catalog item, that's what you can select here. This is the scope of the application. Then other two fields which you can see at the top, we have this active and then availability, whether it should be visible to just on desktop, mobile, and that's what you can select. So I'm not talking about those fields because those are the fields which are like generic fields you'll find, and those are, we are going to talk about the main fields which will like change the customization. Then we have item details. So you have to fill in the details of this catalog item. And those details are like short description. So here you can type the brief description of catalog item. And then you have description. Here you can mention the complete detailed description of this catalog item, that what exactly this catalog item is about, why user will request it, that you can explain here. Then we have meta. Now this meta field is basically for search terms. It's kind of a tags. It's just a meta tags. You want users to search this particular catalog item so that it will look for these keywords. That is what you can mention in meta. Then we have next section, that's process engine. Now, once you have filled in the details, now how you want to process this request or this catalog item. In that case, you can fill the workflow if you want to go ahead with a workflow. If you have some execution plan, that you can do with execution plan. Or there is another way which ServiceNow recently came up with, that is Flow Designer. So if you will enable Service Catalog with Flow Designer, then you will get a new field called Flow. So Flow Designer is just a user friendly. I would say it does not need any kind of scripting. So even the business users, or maybe I would say only the administrators, can also develop the workflow without need of any kind of scripting. So we have this workflow, then we have execution plan. The next section we have is picture. Now, what kind of pictures you want to display? And picture is not just one, it is the icon and then the big picture. That's what you can see in this particular section, and you can select it, which will be displayed to the end users as well, so that they can understand that what kind of request it is. Then we have mobile. This view is basically just for mobile configurations, that what kind of mobile picture you want, and if you want to hide the price in mobile, basically that's what you can mention here. Then we have pricing. So if you remember, I mentioned the catalog item can also be tagged to a pricing. So if any of your item, maybe it's a laptop or it's a mouse, if you have some cost and you want to show that cost to your I think end users, then you can mention here, and it will be displayed when users will be requesting for that service. Then we have portal settings. It is just the portal settings where users will see the exact form. So as you can see, we have this request method. Under request method, it is just a type of request, whether you want to go with order, submit, that's what you can select here. Then we have hide add to cart. So I just told you that you can configure those options without scripting. That means if you want to hide this add to cart option, then you can select it. Then you will not be able to see that add to cart option, at least for this particular item. And this is item specific, not from catalog specific. Again, quantity, if you want to hide quantity, then delivery time as well, add to watch list, hide attachment. Now, and every catalog item, you will get an opportunity to attach the attachment, like any document you want to attach, that's what you will see. Now, if you want to hide it, you can do that. And if you also want to make attachment as mandatory for this item, that means this is a kind of service where I really want attachment to be attached or any document to be attached. In that case, you can make this particular item as mandatory attachment, so that when users submit the request, they will not be able to submit the request without attaching the document or required document. Then we have a long like related list here, starting with variables. Now these are the user input basically. These are the fields which user will see on the form. So whatever thing you will make it active, user will see on the catalog item form. And you can create multiple type of variables. And we will talk about these variables in details in my later videos. Then we have variable sets. Now variable sets, I think I can tell you the definition, but we will definitely learn in more details in my later videos. But variable sets are just like group of variables which are being used in all other forms. Basically, if you have set of variables, and I can give you an example like requested for or on behalf of. This kind of field will be visible on almost all the forms because you need it on all the forms. That's the reason, rather than directly creating a variable for a particular form, you can create variable sets and you can add it. So you can see it has edit option as well. Then we have catalog UI policies. Now, like we have UI policy and client scripts in ServiceNow, similarly, ServiceNow has created catalog UI policies and catalog client scripts separately for service catalog. So you can see we have this catalog UI policies. You can create multiple UI policies right here. And then we have catalog client scripts. So if you want to write some client scripts which will directly work on the user's browser, in that case, you can create client scripts as well. And we will definitely see more examples related to catalog client scripts and catalog UI policies. Now, next is available for. That means if you have created multiple catalog items, but it might happen that you don't want that particular item to be available for all the users. So maybe you want it for specific users. In that case, available for and not available for is being used. So you can add those users here, and there's a criteria that you can mention here, and those users will not be able to see these catalog items if you will mention as per the condition. Then we have categories. So if you will mention the category, we have already seen at the top, but if you want to add multiple categories, you can also add it. And that's the reason you have this edit option here, so that you can add multiple categories as well. And this is the catalog. So if you want to place this catalog item to the multiple catalogs, that you can also do it directly from here. And if you remember, we could also do it directly from the form, that is the field we have catalogs. So you can add multiple catalogs as well. Types of catalog item. Now, there's a standard catalog item where you can create variables, where you can create the user input form and create the workflow, and you can proceed with the request. Now, as per the requirement, ServiceNow has also come up with the types of catalog items, or they are also used, and those are record producer, content item, order guides. So they also fall under catalog item bucket, but they have some different functionalities. Their usage are totally different what you get from a standard catalog item. I will definitely post a section where you will understand more about record producers, order guides, and content item. Create a catalog item. Now here I'm going to create and I'm going to show you that how exactly you can create a catalog item in ServiceNow. Just a basic catalog item. We're not going to talk about in details with the workflow and all. I'm just creating just a front end view so that you can understand that what exactly the catalog item is. This is my personal developer instance. In order to create a catalog item, I will go to Service Catalog application and then I will go to maintain items. And I will click on maintain items. It will show me the list of catalog items I have. Now I will click on new. So this will show me the similar form which we saw just in our video. So now we have name. First, I will just put demo item. Here I will just add some catalogs I want. Now I will click on the list and I have, let's put into service catalog. And here I can select the category. So I'm putting the category as, let's put services. And here I can put desktop and mobile both. And I can put demo item short description. Demo item description. Now, the reason I'm writing this as a demo item short description and description so that you can understand that where exactly you can see these details, like user, where exactly user can see these details. So then I can go to process engine. Now, this is something related to the workflow. Now, as of now, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going by default and we will try to submit it. Let's see what exactly it does. Then we have picture. So, and then we have mobile settings, pricing, and then it is portal settings. Now, in my video, you saw that some of the options were there, like add to cart and all here. And we also had this request method like order. But I will do one thing. I will make it as request. I will make it hide delivery time as well, hide wish list, and that's it. If you will select request, it will automatically hide add to cart and quantity as well. So now I will click on save. So till now we're not done basically. We have just created the demo item, catalog item. That's it. But we have to add some user input fields as well. For that, we will go in our related list. We have variables. So I will click on new. So I will just make it single text for now. So it is like test question. And I will make it as mandatory. Let's not, I will make it as mandatory. Now this is the variable form, which you will learn later. But as of now, I am just creating a random variable. So I am done. So I'm not creating any variable sets as of now because this is just an example that how you create a catalog item. Now about the details that how you create UI policies and all and a full-fledged catalog item that you will learn in my lab section. So I'm done with that. Now, this is how you create a basic catalog item. So as of now, I have created a catalog item. I have added a variable that will be like user input. Now, there's a really good functionality of service catalog and in catalog item basically that's called try it. So here you have this UI action. If you will click this button, it will show you that how exactly user will see this particular catalog item. So if I click here, try it, it will show me the exact form. So it is showing me, I have this test question and it says delivery time. I have order now, add to cart. Now you can see I have all these things as well, like order now, add to cart, quantity. But if you remember, we asked it to not to show these details, but it is still showing it. So in that case, we can check. So we can go to our portal settings, and ID it should work. If I go here, let's try to select order. I think there might be some because I have not done any changes as of now. And ServiceNow, like they have recently changed a lot of things. This was not before, but so let me select order at least for now, and then save it and see what exactly I'm getting. So it is still giving me these options. I think it is something related to the catalog service catalog, maybe. That is the main reason that I'm not able to remove this, and it can be a bug. So I will check it later, and I will definitely show you the why exactly it is not showing. But anyhow, if I take an example that this is how you create a catalog item and why exactly it is not showing you, I will definitely find it out and show you and upload that video again. So thanks for watching my video and have a great day.